But she wasn't going to look for it because she didn't have anything. And I tell her get her blouse. I don't have a skirt to go with it.
you couldn't win, could you?
Yeah.
I think I've heard Mom say that.
I think so.
But she needed something because she didn't have someone she'd wear.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went out there and got 2 or 3 shirts, blouses, you know. And I would burn 2 of them in half to put them in the back of the clothes where she wouldn't see them. So when going to church, I just laid them out on the bed to help her get her clothes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at first and said, I don't want that.
Oh my.
I said, okay, we'll use this one. And so she could pick 2, pick out the one she wanted. But there's 3 or 4 she couldn't pick out the one she wanted. And set the other one out there, and she picked between, well, I'll take this one. First one to put out there.
Goodness.
How did you meet her?
How to meet her?
Yep.
Oh, she was just a kid.
You grew up together?
No, we went to school together.
Oh, okay. How'd you know she's the one?
She looked good to me.
Oh my. Had to look good.
That's good. Oh.
Yeah, she made a good wife.
Well, did she go to Mulberry?
Uh-huh.
Everybody went to Mulberry.
Really? I don't know whether I had probably gone to Hallsville. But
Oh.
of course we were in the same church here, you know, and in the community here, and I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to high school in Hallsville?
Uh-huh.
What was I going to ask?
How far did you go in school, Sidney?
I should have graduated that spring that I quit.
Really?
I would have graduated, but I kept going.
Oh,
What made you quit?
working.
I needed to go to work,
Did you? Where'd you go to work?
farming.
Ah,
Where?
farming.
Oh, yeah, farming. Are you older than Daddy? Or is he older than you?
He was older than I was.
Oh, really?
2 years older than I was.
3 years older?
2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was 2
Well, I
years.
mean, you're just a kid then.
Uh-huh.
He'd be 106. Oh my goodness, Jack.
What's your favorite childhood memory? Do you have a favorite memory from growing up?
Hmm.
I got you on that one.
You got me on that one.
Oh my. Did you and Daddy scrap a bit?
Did what?
Did you scrap or fight a bit?
Not too much. You
But
know,
some.
he was older than I was. So.
I know, but he said he took some spankings for you things you did. And you
Oh.
got by with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Were you sneaky?
no. Oh
Yeah,
my.
he was a college officer, you know, he was bigger than I was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Bigger.
How did you decide what profession you wanted to do? You worked in a mill?
I was farming until it just played out. And I started hauling logs, but they wasn't making any trucks to haul with. They just had to take what I could find, you know.
Right.
And the war was going on, and they wasn't making trucks, not cars either.
Wow.
Or on the markets, you know, the government was taking them all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that World War I or
Two.
2.
two?
Two. You didn't go to the war, did you?
No. And so I had, on the trucks, I just had to take what I could find, you know.
Right.
But I started hauling logs, farmers done played out. Cotton had gone from 45 just under 50 cents, and never get 50 cents a pound, down to 4.5 cents a pound.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And you take a bale of cotton, 500-pound bale of cotton. It got down to less than $20.
Wow.
Less than $20.
Mm.
And you could make a living at all
Good grief.
with
Wow.
that. So that's the reason I went to logging.
Mm.
Where'd you go after the mill?
There was a little mill, 4 people in it, and one of them wanted to sell out. So I borrowed the money and got a 4th interest in it, and was using the money that I got to pay for the mill.
Oh my.
And it was going to take they wasn't doing too much, you know. They're just cutting the logs and hauling them in, and then cutting it up in lumber and selling it. Wasn't too much to it, but you'd make a living at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making a living on my log truck, and it's going to pay for my meal. It's going to take 7-8 months to pay for it. And they wanted to sell out, so I bought an interest in another mill. The man that was in it, he was in it with another guy, and he was going to go the other way with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he come to see me one day, kind of swap, you know, that way. Of course, I had to pay more. I told him I don't have the money to pay the more. He said, "Oh, I'll finance it." He said one of the other guys, he said he'd been owing me 2 years for it,
Oh.
and he said he hadn't paid yet,
Wow.
hadn't paid any,
Oh.
and so he carried me along on it.
Mm-hmm.
And until I got it paid for. Of course, I used all it made paying for it,
Mm-hmm.
because I make a living on a log truck,
Mm-hmm.
and that paid for it.
So you would drive logs, haul logs. Where would you take them?
To the sawmill.
Back and forth?
Uh-huh.
I see. How did the Depression affect what was going on?
Well, the Depression, before then, when it was, I always had money. Wasn't a whole lot of money, but I had some money all the time
Mm-hmm.
when the Depression hit. Because I wasn't, of course, I was just a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I had money in my pocket all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And after the Depression hit, nobody had money.
Mm.
I mean, it was, Depression, it made, well, no jobs. And I lived on a farm. Of course, I had a job that wasn't paying anything, but we had plenty to eat. And a lot of people in town, they didn't even have plenty to eat. They just getting by.
Because y'all were growing your food, gardening and growing your own.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We were growing our own, and also my daddy had a route of vegetables that he was peddling in town
Ah.
twice a week.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
And he'd make a living that way.
Wow.
We didn't
That's a hard job.
uh,
Good grief.
we didn't know it was a hard job though. We were living on it.
Well, what about, did you do pigs and stuff and have and make sausage and so forth and all that? I remember Granddaddy Hall doing that.
When I married, I come home less than $2 and no job, and Claire needed a pair of shoes. It's September, and she's still wearing white shoes.
That what?
White shoes.
She's still wearing white shoes in September.
And she told me, she said, Sidney, I'm gonna have to have a pair of shoes.
Yep.
And I didn't have a job, you know. So I borrowed, I don't know, $10 or $12 probably from my dad, and went down the road and bought a hog, killed him, brought him home. We made sausage out of him. Next morning I went to town selling sausage,
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
and I sold enough sausage to
My pair of shoes.
Wow.
Oh.
buy our shoes and had some money left. Well, I come out and paid him his money,
Oh.
and I had some money left out of it.
Wow.
So she got some shoes for September.
That's good.
Wow.
Can't be wearing your white shoes in September.
I know my daddy said, well, my goodness, if we can do that, he said, we can make a living this winter. Now, I was living in a house for them. That's what people did back there then. 2 or 3 families live in the same house.
Wow.
And that's what we did that winter. Was go down the hog, grind him up.
Oh, my.
Oh. So your dad said, let's do that.
Yeah, he boy, he
Ham
left
and
on the
bacon.
bed.
Woo. Good.
Was it hard to find a hog?
No, we could always find a hog.
Where'd you find them?
Mostly black people. We'd have 2 or 3 hogs, and they didn't have any money, and they wasn't going to have any out of the crop. So if they could sell one of those hogs,
That's a good deal,
that's
yeah.
cash
Wow.
money.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's cash
Wow. Pretty good. So you and Clara lived with your parents for a
Yeah.
while?
money. 1 year.
1 year? What'd you do then, after that?
We got on out to ourselves.
Wow. What's the thing you're proudest of in your life?
The what?
What are you the most proud of in your life?
That you've done.
Well, I guess going into the mill businesses.
Going into the mill businesses?
Now later on we went into the upholstery business,
Oh yeah. Mhm.
and it was successful.
Mhm.
Wasn't Barney in that mill business too?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
the same one we were in.
Oh, I see.
He was in one with three brothers, him and 2 brothers.
Oh, I see.
And then the other brother, I was in it with his brother-in-law.
One of them must have been named Walker, huh?
Well, a bunt.
Bunt.
But where'd Walker's Mill get his name?
Yeah. See, that it was the Walker's Mill. It was three brothers and a brother-in-law.
Bunch.
And 3 brothers was named Bunt.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And the brother-in-law was named, 3 brothers named Walker.
And one named Bunt. Yeah, okay.
Rick Walker Mill.
Boy, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago, Barney.
And when they came in, they were up Upshur County. And they had one truck that they would haul lumber to Hallville and load it on boxcars and ship it.
Wow. How did Papa Ellie know that he wanted to be in the newspaper business? Did he always say that? Or?
That's the only place he ever worked.
Well, he works in, I don't know if he works in Harleton. He worked in some little town somewhere
Yeah.
before he went to Marshall.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah,
uh,
I told you.
He did that work his way through school. We had a preacher out here that, see, he had this thing, and he thought he ought to go to school, so he got him a job in Marshall there, and then I think from when it played out, well, he went to Jefferson. Well, he's already in the newspaper business, you know. He went to Jefferson. And he played out and went to Longview.
And that never played out.
No, he never did.
And the man on the Longview paper would pay him every week out of his pocket.
Oh.
Wow.
He working so much a week, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he just reached in his pocket and paid him. And
I didn't know that.